Hey everybody, this is old man David coming to you. Well, it's starting to happen. Well, yeah, Russia, they're trying to get something going over there. It's a little bit of a war coming. I mean, why are you surprised? Russia, 3 years ago, was telling us that a certain country was taking nuclear waste and selling it to some of these third world countries. That was then. And they weren't just kidding, they were saying it was happening that some radioactive material was falling into the hands of the wrong people. Now, some of them was hands that it fell into was Kim Jong Il. And some of those were being falling into the hands of Libya. And some falling into people hands that were using it as a way of trade and making money. Now that was then. I had to go back and do some checking. I hope that you do the same thing. But Russia has been all over Ukraine about this because Chernobyl up there, and some of the way that some of those people have raised money up there, and I'm not saying the government did, but there's been a lot of black market coming up about trading things out of Chernobyl to some of those people, trading it off to these other countries that we don't want to have nuclear weapons. But yet, it was happening. So why are you surprised that Putin is doing something about it when we wouldn't? You know, UN knew about this, and they shared the information along with everybody else that this was happening. They couldn't say for certain that it was the Ukraine doing it. But when you paint a picture and you're getting blamed for it, when you point the finger to who did it, you know, sooner or later you're just going to have to step up and do something about it. If nobody's going to believe you, well, then nobody's going to believe you. It's sort of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like what Putin's doing. What he's doing is being bully on the block. But same thing here. In America, we sold guns to different places that we were doing war and fighting with, just trying to get them to, well, do what they could to kill each other off. Instead, here it is come across. We found out about that they were doing it, and it got us into a lot of hot water. But there's always going to be somebody out there to cause something to happen to create a war. Now, when you push down so much, sooner or later you're going to start fighting about it. Now, I'm doing this as a nonprofit and activist, and a lot of this things I'm going to be saying, you can that, check out for yourself. But it's been back in my mind, have they ever caught these people? And we always thought it was terrorists of some kind doing it, but we never could quite put our finger on it. I mean, over there in Iran and Iraq, there's always been some type of war going on between them. Um, During all this escalation of things going on, we kind of ignored what Russia was saying. Don't look over there to North Korea, what they're doing. Look at where they're getting the stuff from. The CIA and the FBI and all these top secret places here in America has had a time to really check this stuff out. But they never really did do anything. But when your neighbors are doing something that is illegal, that eventually going to affect you, sooner or later you're going to be the spy on the block and try to find the evidence and bring it to them. It's going to get you in trouble, sure. Is that what Russia's doing? No matter what, I don't justify fighting of any kind. I don't justify hurting anyone of any kind. It's just a sad thing that this is all happening and everybody in the world is saying, oh no, have we got another Nazi regime coming? Have we got another war coming? Well, of course, it's always been on the forefront. It's always been just one step away. And like Putin said, you come against me, you're going to regret it because I'm going to let the dogs out. And we know what that means. If you're talking about nuclear war, that's what they're talking about, nuclear war, that they will use it. And all of our advanced technology, try to shoot down things and all like that, even if just 5-10% of what Russia will be put back into the Stone Age. It's saying my connection is bad. Okay, it's back. But that's what it would be like. And the thing is, Russia, they've always been a little bit back in the Stone Age. We've been a little bit far more advanced but than they are, and moving our cities and everything around. But all of a sudden, you stop all the logistics of getting stuff from here to there, and you got all these other troubles going on, and you throw a few nuclear bombs, even if they just get 10% of what they're throwing to us. That's 10% of the most populated cities in the world all of a sudden having to deal with nuclear weapons, atomic bombs, nuclear, I mean, and then the nuclear rain, the radiation rain, and the fallout from all of that. It's just going to be astronomical. All it takes one or two of them, but we know they got more than one or two. They got, I'm going to say, let's say 500 of them out there. And if 10% gets through to us, that's 50 of them. Which 50 cities do you think they're going to be going after? Do you think it's going to go just to the military and all like that? No, you don't stop a military like that. You go to the populated cities where all the military has to go to there to get everything going again. And they can't go in there because it's nuclear. I mean, got fallout and trouble's coming from it. So what do you do? 10%. Sure, Washington's going to protect its military and governmental assets and everything like that. But what about the rest of us? What about LA? So it protects LA. What about to the east of LA? What about to the north and south of LA? Don't have to hit LA. Just get close enough to that fault line and the west coast line would drop off into the Pacific Ocean. Truthfully, people, why are you surprised? Everybody's been talking about the end of the World War. Um, we're afraid that that's what this would be. I don't know if it'd be end of the world, But with global warming and everything else going on, the last thing you need is even one nuclear bomb going off. It would just rock this earth to its core. But you take on what uh, United Kingdom has, what France has, what United States has, and all these other places have, and nuclear weapons going off at the same time. Japan, China, and all like these things going on off. And you can imagine what's going to happen to this earth. We're going to be thrown right back to the Stone Age. Sure, send them over. The war's done, over with, real quick. Within just a few weeks, it's all over with. No more worries, no more troubles. Who's going to be able to rebuild back fastest? It's going to be the question. Well, when you stockpile things that are such enormous size, then you got to have machinery to replace all that stuff. And you ain't got the machinery to do it, or the manpower, or the knowledge to do it. What you gonna do? And people, this is a dire situation. It's pretty bad out there. But why are you surprised? Wasn't it said that stuff like this was gonna happen? I can see Japan being totally annihilated by China, North Korea, and parts of Vietnam and Cambodia going across it. Thailand and all like that. The Philippines going to be just demolished. India, all your vast people there. Imagine it reduced all the way down to where you only got about 25% of the peak population left there. They can survive. And people over in Africa, don't think that you're not going to be hit with this cause. When they go off and the global warming goes up a whole lot, you'll find out reason why you got deserts and plains and troubles like that over there. Because a lot of what you had gonna wind up being underwater. Then what? You really don't think about it. But there's a load of dynamite sitting underneath everybody's ass right now. And I hate to use that word. And all you have to do is light one match and set it all off. And Putin's threatening to do that. And it's all because they're getting blamed for everything, but nobody's really listening. You say it's all propaganda. I learned a long time ago when the man's there arguing with you and he state the fact of the matter, it's time to take a look and see if those facts are true or not. And you can't go on political bias. I always said there's three truths in the world. There's your truth, and this is where political bias come in. Your truth is what you believe and what you want to see. That's it. The second truth is my truth. It's what I see. It's what I know and what I can and cannot bring into my world as a factual knowledge. And then you get the truth. And that's what everybody looks for is the truth. But when you got all these different parties, all these different nations, all these different political quests going on at the same time, they're all vying for something. They're vying They want to be the one in charge and use their opinion or their truths. But when the truth is presented to them, will they accept it as the truth? Most of the time, no. And that's what I'm finding is happening right now. We haven't listened to the other people or to Russia or to anybody else. And we just taken things as our own truth. We looked at it our own way. We think that Russia's doing something just to be Russia. We're not trusting. But I do remember that they were saying that there were uranium being moved all across the world on the black market, and they're being sold to some places that nobody wants them to have nuclear weapons. What did Iran recently said? That we're going to go back and start up our nuclear program again, enriching uranium to make a nuclear weapon, just like North Korea has done. Where did they get it from? Since all that was destroyed before. And how did they get it? Who gave it to them? These are questions that maybe Russia's been trying to tell us, but because of those in power have not taken time to really look at. And I'm not talking about the political ones. I'm talking about FBI, the CIA, and the Secret Services. Y'all have a good day.